Alright, here's all the stuff I got from that copper wire score on my last video. There's the number 2 insulated, the number 1 insulated. I was going to strip all that, but I'm kind of running short on time. There's some of the copper I stripped out of it right there. It's kind of hard to see on that cement, but there's some aluminum. There's the steel that came out of there. Well, that's from the roadside. And so, like, this is that fake copper deal I was telling you about. It looks a lot like copper until you stick a magnet to it. And here's all the aluminum breakage. I could clean a lot of that up and get clean aluminum, but I'm running short on time, so just gonna move on, be done with it. There's my tin pile. The plumbing pipe, short steel pipes, got so much dirt and rock stuck to it that it's just gonna go with the shred tin. And then there was some Christmas lights that came in there, and then this fan motor and some other dirty motors. Now, I could clean all this up, take all that tin off, make it a clean motor, but just want to get done with it today. But that's that score from the other day. Not too bad. I still gotta go get all that tin too. At least another load, maybe 2 more loads of all that tin. So see how much all this is worth here. I'll show you the receipt here in a minute. I hooked my plastic shield on some scrap a while back, cracked it, broke the top of my headlight case, put a crack right above the bulb, so when it gets wet, that water drips down in there, gets on that halogen bulb and blows it out. So I need to fix that today. Just gonna put some of this tape over here like this, see how it goes. That ought to do the trick pretty good. $10 a bulb. It's worth it. Okay, there's the finished job. One of the things I like most about this motorcycle is it's the color of electrical tape. Let me show you some of the tools I got here. Got a pair of pliers, standard screwdriver, a very common size of nut driver. It's good for like washing machine motors and that kind of stuff. Very common size. I got me one of these screwdrivers here. That's probably my second most popular tool I use. And the tool I use the absolute most and couldn't live without is a pair of diagonal snip pliers. It's a Cobalt brand there. They're well used. It's a good quality brand. Down here I got an ink pen. I got a pressure gauge for your tires. Right here I got some magnets. Got some backup magnets. These kind of magnets are good to have. Check your metals real quick so you know exactly what you're dealing with at all times. And trusty roll of electrical tape. And down here I got my bungee cords, some more gloves, a hammer I cut the half of the handle off with so it fits down in there real nice. These here are my spacers. So these tubs don't get stuck together. I can just pull them out. They're real easy. They never get stuck. If they weren't there, that other tub and gets weight in it, just shoved down in there, and it's impossible to get out. But yeah, these spacers came out of the oxygen machines you see in people's houses or whatever. I wouldn't be able to do what I do in a car. It just wouldn't be possible. It would take literally a week or two to do what I can do in a day on a motorcycle. Just the wear and tear alone on your knees and back, getting in and out of a car, you know, hundreds of times a day, day after day. Okay, looks like there's a water cooler down here, but I don't have my helmet camera, so I'm gonna have to put my camera down and yank this thing out of here because it's under this mattress here. So I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, I got that thing out of there. What you can do with these, what I do is take off the copper cord. Oh, it's got some fabric inside of it. That's a good cord there. There's a compressor in there. A couple ounces of copper. Sometimes I'll take that out of there. Sometimes I'll just take this whole thing like this. Just take it in for the price of 10. It's not a lot of difference. It's usually not too much Freon in them guys, so it's not too bad to rip them open. But what I also found in here was that bag that you saw already. But I also opened up this plastic bag here. It was full of clothing. Some of it's trashed, but this pair of kids' pants and some sweatpants. I don't mess around with anyone's underwear. It's kind of trashed, but these two pieces here, I'll take with this brand new tote. And what I'll do is I'll just find a nice place where there's a heavily traveled sidewalk or something similar next to a road, and I'll just set it on a corner somewhere, and that won't last more than a couple hours. Someone will come by and take it. That brand new tote will get a lot of attention. There's nothing I can really sell on eBay or nothing, so that's what I'll do with it. Alright, so I just put it here in this Walmart parking lot here. Tons of people come by here. I'll leave this tag showing. That probably won't last more than a matter of minutes before someone takes that. I separated them because someone might want the bag and not want the clothes, so I'll do that. Oh, that's not a bad deal. Make a nice little fountain out of that. I might have to keep that. Actually, I'm gonna keep that. That might go good in a terrarium that I'm building. Some aluminum lighting fixtures. A lot of broken glass. Some DVDs. Let's see what we got here. Oh, empty. They're all empty. Glass again. What's that? Oh, snap. that fountain. Well, that was a real nice fountain. Actually, I think those are copper. I think that's a copper waterfall there on that fountain. This is made out of something like a cement, so it's super heavy. I'm working one-handed again, so I have to put my camera down, get that out. So yeah, that was looks like some sort of garden fountain. Kind of neat. It's not really anything you want to put in a terrarium, but all you need is some fresh tubing in there and it'll work good. But part of it's broken right there. You could jimmy rig it, I suppose, but I'm not gonna mess with it. It's broken like that. What I am gonna do though is see if I can take that copper and copper bars off of there. That's probably a pound or two of copper sitting there. It's aluminum stuff like this, you know. You think, why would you do it on a motorcycle? You can't hardly carry nothing. But stuff like this is what I do. I just go like this. Well, that was supposed to bend. It wasn't supposed to shatter. Either way, it's not taking up any space now. That one's tough. Anyways, see if I can get this copper off here. See how easy it's. Oh, it just pops. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's good stuff right there, baby. That's the good stuff. I'd do that all day if I could. Things are just popping off of there. Done. Look at that. Look at that right there. Oh, they're heavier than I thought too. Let's see if I get them all in one hand. I don't think I'm going to. I could if I wasn't wearing gloves. Almost a all. Oh yeah. That might be five pounds of copper right there, baby. It's $10. Look at that. It's the good stuff. All right. So I come across these 3 TVs on the side of the road. See how this one's just been totally stripped of everything valuable except for a couple little cords like that. But these 2 you can see in there. You can see they got everything in there, all the copper and everything. I'm not gonna waste your guys' time with the boring stuff, so I'm gonna take these cases off. There's usually 4 or 5, 6 screws like that. You just take it off, and I'm gonna do that, and I'll be right back to you. I want to show you the boring stuff. Okay, so I took those shells off of there. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna snip all these wires off. That's a motor there. Take all these motors and see how these circuit boards have pieces of aluminum and other small motors on there and stuff. I'm just gonna clean all that stuff off of there, and then I'm gonna come back and show you to take these things off there. Each one of these has about a pound of copper in it. Every now and then you'll get one that's aluminum wire, but they're usually generally all copper. And a good thing to do with them screws when you take them out, see the silver screws on one of the TVs were just flat ends, but one of the TV had these tire poppers. They're right next to the road like this. If you got a magnet, just take your magnet and toss all your screws on it like that. You just take it over here and be done with it, you know. Just nice green color. I won't lose that guy. All right, I left this wire on here. I wanted to show you this guy. All these old TVs are wrapped in these big chunky wires like this. And a lot of times they'll be, you know, a couple pounds of copper, but about half the time they're actually not copper. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's just aluminum wire in there. It's all aluminum. Both of them. Both of these guys are just aluminum wire. I think you can see that one pretty good. That's still worth some money, you know. But 10-15 cents a pound, maybe 4 or 5 pounds, 3 or 4 or 5 pounds or whatever. But it's not copper. But I looked at these, and even though that's red, this copper wire in there, it's just got a coating on there. It makes it hard to tell sometimes. I'll probably ask the guy at the scrapyard what that is, but 99% sure it's copper. This one's definitely copper. It's pure. There's no coating on it or nothing, but yeah, it's number 2 copper. So get this stuff off here. I'll be right back. Just break these things off here. I guess what's inside here is bad for you or something. I don't know. It's a vacuum too, so when you break it, it sucks air in. So I'm not sure exactly what's bad in there that comes out, but I'm not sure about that. But this one's actually leaking right now, so I just did that thing. Just take off these clamps like this. I already loosened it. Take off these deals here like this. I took 3 of them off. There's 4 of them. You see if they can loosen up, and you just take it. Just slides up like that. See, I used to just kick these things, you know, and just break that whole thing off. But I never realized how easy it was to take them off, I guess. That's how you do that. And then I'll go somewhere, either at the scrapyard or back at my place. I would do it here, but it's kind of like, you'll just take it and just stomp it like that, and all this metal breaks and that copper falls out. Take it out. This guy's here. A lot of people, you know, take their tools and clean all that stuff off of there, but I'll show you the quick way to do that. Just like that right there. Come off of there. Well, I just made a mess, so I want to show you how to do it quick. That's not too bad. It's not nothing I can't pick up like that. So there's all that stuff. Anyway, I do the same with this. Every one of these circuit boards in these TVs. That's a motor right there. That's a motor. Those are pieces of aluminum. Take those off. You can clean that up real quick later, you know. Another little motor. Another little motor right there. That stuff's not too bad. It's real quick to pick up. So it's not too messy. But this here, these black things, when they break, they get real dusty, and it's kind of a bad deal. So get somewhere where there's a broom, you know. Okay, and I got all this stuff in here. I chopped all the ends off already. Some clean copper wire, and there's that aluminum wire. Found a nice little circuit board. Usually don't find those in these TVs, but looks like it's got some gold plated teeth and some nice chips on there. So somebody will find that valuable. A couple more little motors I'll take. But I'll just dump that right in my tub and be done with it. Alright, so I was wrong about that one. It actually does have all its copper in there. I took it off. It's got all its copper, so I'll take that too. So all 3 of them had their copper yokes. That's 3 pounds of copper off there right there. So this is kind of sharp. It broke off of there. And what I'll do is I'll take the points off of there so no one gets seriously hurt. You know, take this whole thing like this and just, oh, it's a heavy thing. Oh my goodness, unbelievably heavy. I'll just turn it upside down. It's impossible for anyone to get hurt on it. Put the cases back over those other ones. So that should be good. Garbage man will get it pretty soon. So here's where I left that tote bag and those sweatpants and a little pair of jeans. A couple hours ago, and they're gone.